What is up, everybody? Welcome back, or welcome to Optimal Self Live. Woo! As always, thank you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of it. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining the Facebook group. Thanks for jumping over to optimalself.today, getting your free identity creator course. Man, I just can't stop saying thank you. It's absolutely incredible, right? So wherever you're at right now, do me a favor. Wherever you're watching this, please jump on over to the YouTube channel. The more people we get subscribed there, the better. The more comments you leave, the better. YouTube is growing at such a rate for the algorithms, and more people get to see it. It's one of the biggest search engines, and I can't stress enough that it doesn't matter where you're watching this, if it's a podcast or if you're live on Facebook right now. I love it. Thank you guys. But I really, we're getting a ton of turnout, and the more people that jump over there, the better. So if you can, and you get any kind of, if you've ever heard one of these or seen one of these, and you've actually got some value, please jump on over and give us a subscribe and join in. Hit that little button, and it will tell you when we go live each and every day. So appreciate it. We love you guys, and let's get to work. So today, I want to have a little fun with you. I want to say this. I want to talk about the goal mistake most people make. Well, let me tell you, the first one is not making a goal, not having a goal, right? That's the number one mistake. But those of you out there that are actually, making goals, those of you that are writing it down, those of you that have vision boards, those of you that are journaling, those of you that are taking the time to actually plan out and say, hey, look, I want to make a difference. I'm ready to take on the best version of me. I'm ready to walk into this world. I'm ready to create that new me. And I'm ready to have that song. Remember, I've said this to you guys so many times. Every single one of you has a unique blueprint, a unique song inside of them that needs to come out. And Optimal Self is driven to help you find the courage, find that song inside of you, rip it open and let that thing sing. Because the best version of you is in there, and we want it to sing. We want to hear it. We want to be part of it. Because when you do that, when you drive yourself to be the best version of you, you inspire others to do the same. So please get in it. First off, you got to have a goal. But what's the goal mistake that most people make? That mistake that we all don't even think about. What it is this. Your goal is result-based when it should be activity-based. All right, so what does that mean, Jeremy? What the heck are you talking about here? Well, let's talk. One of the things that we always get when people reach out to me, they're always looking for that next version. And most of them, it's usually health related. By the time they're fed up with their weight, or they're fed up with not having energy, they're fed up with all these little things, these parts of their body that are hurting. And so it usually comes down to some form of fitness or wellness. That's the number one thing that I get asked the most about. And so let's talk about the goal mistake that most people make. Well, the goal mistake is we make it result based. So for instance, you sit down and say, we go, okay, and I want to lose 30 pounds. Okay. Very, very, very doable, right? But when we sit down and you make that goal, what I want you guys to know is that's the top end goal. That is not what we're shooting for, because what we have to do is we have to break it down to daily. So even though that's a result, so even if we said, okay, over the next 10 weeks, we want to lose 30 pounds. So what is that? 3 pounds a week. Well, now our weekly goal becomes 3 pounds. And rather than us saying, okay, 3 pounds this week, because now it's broken down as something that most people, it's doable, right? You're like, yeah, 3 pounds. I could do 3. But here's what we should do. We should turn it into the activity. So what's the activity? What's the thing that I need to do every single day? Well, let's start with nutrition. Let's say maybe you have a bad knee and you can't physically move yet really well. And so we're going to start with nutrition. Well, rather than say my goal for the week is 3 pounds, what if we time block each and every day, or time block on Sunday, so that I could prepare my meals so that every single meal is ready for me to have throughout the week. So it eliminates the chance of me driving through or eating something bad. You see how we just switched it from the result of 3 pounds and we switched it to an activity. So now the goal is to meal prep for my week. Now I have a tangible activity based. That means I have to get my ass up. I got to go to the grocery store. I got to buy the food, right? I have to block out that time of my day. I have to go into the kitchen to make sure I have to get everything ready and I have to do it. So let's reverse that, or let's go to the other side. Let's just say it is something that you're physical. You're like, okay, well then rather than saying 3 pounds, now what we have to do is maybe we're going to allocate 30 minutes 3 times a day to some form of movement, right? Principle 3 in Optimal Self. I hope you guys join in. Go over to optimalself.today. You can learn more about Principle 3, get all the videos and all the worksheets that go with it. But here's what happens. So now we've got to create movement. Okay, so what are we going to do each and every day, right? If we're going to create this 30 minutes, what am I going to do? Well, now we start to plan that out. It's an activity. I am going to work out, move 30 minutes every day. And now that becomes my goal. So my goal is instant. I'm going to move 30 minutes today. Tomorrow, I'm going to move 30 minutes. The next day, and so forth. Now I have an activity as opposed to it being result based. Now we can take that same, right? That same 30 pounds, we broke it down into weeks, we broke it down to small chunks. And I'm not saying we don't have that goal of the pound, but the scale can lie, right? There's things in this world that when we put these bases around them and we put that as my goal, what happened? I mean, 3 pounds, you can literally lose 3 pounds of water weight in 30 minutes in the sauna. So that poundage really isn't real, right? So taking away that and creating an activity around it is going to move you into being a better version of you, because now it's something that I can actually accomplish. 3 pounds is almost out of your control. Moving 30 minutes a day is absolutely your control. Preparing the food for the week, absolutely in your control. The weight coming off and how it comes off, because you might have a week where you lose 6 pounds. You might have a week where you lose none. You see, that can deter us and it starts us on this yo-yo. Or we have that week where we only lost 1, but we did everything right. And the scale lied to us as far as what we do. And now it starts to play that head game. And now I start to give up on myself. I start to give up on the plan. But ladies and gentlemen, nothing happens that fast, right? You've heard those statements before. Don't overestimate what you can do over the next year. And don't underestimate what you can do over the next 5. You see, us being the better version of us finding ways to create your optimal self. Yes, you need goals. Yes, you need ambition. Yes, you need perseverance. Yes, you need to grind and execute on it all. But the truth be told is you got to have those daily wins. And so when you create an activity-based goal as opposed to a result, that's when you start conquering. That's when you start stringing day after week after month together. And when you start stringing those together, that's where results happen. But it starts with the activities. Okay? And just remember this. Once you make your goal activity driven, you create focus, you create accountability, and you create clarity. And if you have clarity and focus, now I just need accountability to it. And when you actually have it activity driven, the accountability becomes easier because it's something that is tangible. Because the moment you get done with that meal prep, the moment you get done with that workout, you have something to say, yeah, I did it. I did it. And now I can do it again. And I can do it again. And I can do it again. And those compounding days will give you the result. but it starts with the activity. All right. There you go. That's what I got for you today. Let's go. Make your goal activity-based, not result-based, and see what happens. And get out there. Please, please, please. There's somebody in your life right this second that needs to hear this. Please share it, put it up there. And as always, get out there and be the best version of you.